All those details. Now, football's biggest spectacle kicks off tonight as the World Cup returns to North America after 32 years. For the first time ever, the tournament will feature an expanded 48-team format. And as always, ahead of every major sporting event, the race is on to predict who will lift this trophy. This time, however, there's a twist. The predictions aren't coming from...
India has 1.4 billion people. It is the world's most populated nation. It has produced cricketers who are global icons, chess grandmasters, Olympic medal winners. But there is one sport that the whole world stops for every 4 years, and India has never qualified for it. Not once, not ever. Welcome to the invisible crisis of Indian football. Hi, this is Indranil and you are watching the Spotlight Beyond Profession, Beyond Headlines, Beyond Borders. Today we decode what's really going on with Indian football, the passion, the politics and the path forward. Let's start with the numbers that hurt. India sits at 117th rank in the FIFA rankings as of May 2024. That's behind Vietnam, Kyrgyzstan and Mozambique, countries with a fraction of India's population or resources. Football is actually India's second most watched sport. In the Northeast, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Assam, football isn't just popular, it is identity. Manipur alone has produced more than 30 national team players. The streets of Shillong play football the way Mumbai plays cricket. So passion is not the problem, then what is? In 2023-24, the Indian Super League, India's flagship professional football league, could not secure a title sponsor. The league that was supposed to professionalize Indian football went into its season without a naming partner. That is not a football problem. That is a governance and credibility problem. Here is the structural reality that no one wants to say out loud. 1. The AIFF, the All India Football Federation, was suspended by FIFA itself in August 2022 for third-party interference in its governance. India briefly lost the right to host the Under-17 Women's World Cup. That is how broken the institutional structure was. 2. There is no cohesive youth pipeline. Countries like Japan, South Korea and even Iceland, population 370,000, qualified for the World Cup because they built grassroots infrastructure decades ago. India has no national youth development pyramid that connects village football to professional clubs consistently. 3. The ISL and the I-League have spent years in a power tussle over which league gets top flight status, franchise slots and television money. Two leagues, same federation, fighting each other. Sponsors don't fund confusion, they fund clarity. Here is the Spotlight Media and Technologies lens on this. And this is what most sports coverage misses entirely. Indian football's failure is not a talent failure. It is a governance failure. And governance failures are fixable if you treat them with the same seriousness that a boardroom would treat a failing enterprise. Think about it this way. The ISL losing a title sponsor isn't just a commercial setback. It signals to every potential investor, domestic or global, that the institution lacks credibility. Brands don't invest in governance risk. Capital follows accountability. And right now, Indian football's institutional track record does not inspire either. This matters beyond football. India wants to bid for the 2036 Olympics. It is pushing for soft power globally. A nation that cannot field a competitive football team, the world's most watched sport, carries a visible credibility gap on the global stage. So what does a real roadmap look like? Here are 5 non-negotiables. 1. Governance reform at AIFF, independent directors, transparent election process, and a professionally managed CEO structure separate from political office bearers. FIFA's own governance standards provide a template. Use them. Second, one unified professional league. Merge the ISL and I-League confusion into a single promotion-relegation based pyramid. Every successful football nation in the world uses this model. It creates merit, competition, and commercial clarity. Third, Northeast as a national football hub. Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya are already producing elite footballers. Invest in academies, infrastructure, and a regional development league anchored in the Northeast. This is India's ready-made talent engine. It just needs investment. Fourth, corporate ESG and CSR mandates into football. India's BRSR framework and Companies Act CSR mandates can be leveraged to channel corporate investment into grassroots sports infrastructure. Football development qualifies as community development. This is an untapped funding mechanism. And fifth, a 15-year national target. Not a press conference, but a legally accountable sports development charter with milestones. Top 80 in FIFA by 2030. AFC Asia Cup qualification by 2028. Sustained by policy, not political cycle. India has the people. It has the passion. The Northeast has proven it has the talent. What India's football doesn't yet have is institutional courage, the willingness to fix governance, merge egos, and build something that outlasts any one election cycle. The World Cup is not just a sporting event, it is a statement about what our nation can organize. And right now, Indian football is telling the world it can't yet. That story can change, but only if the right people are held accountable. Subscribe to the Spotlight Beyond Profession for more intelligence that goes beyond headlines. Drop your thoughts below. Is governance or funding the bigger problem? Let's debate it. Thank you very much for watching and signing it off.